Hello everyone, I am Mary Jane, and welcome to episode 69 of Addict Hunter. After cracking down on different drugs such as marijuana, cocaine, and LSD, today we're going to hit that ever-popular drug that over 2 million people across the United States have used, heroin. Heroin is part of the opioid drug family, however is semi-synthetic, also known as an opiate. Heroin is synthesized from morphine, which is synthesized from opium, which is produced from the plant commonly known as the opium poppy. Heroin is a method of preparing morphine so that it is absorbed more efficiently by the human body when injected. It causes twice as much of the amount of morphine to reach your brain. So taking 5 milligrams of heroin would produce the same result as taking 10 milligrams of morphine. Heroin depresses the central nervous system, which consists of the brain and spinal cord, but especially the area of the brain called the corpus stratum. It also suppresses the locus coeruleus, which causes feelings of safety and contentment. Heroin depresses the central nervous system, which consists of the brain and spinal cord, but especially the area of the brain called the corpus stratum. It also suppresses the locus coeruleus, which causes feelings of safety and contentment. This drug can also cause harm to the respiratory and cardiovascular systems, and often contains additives that clog blood vessels, leading to the lungs, liver, kidney, or brain, and can cause infection or death of small patches of vital organs. Heroin, being an opiate, elicits its powerful effects by activating opiate receptors that are widely distributed throughout the brain and body. Two important effects produced by opiates are pleasure and pain relief. The brain also produces substances known as endorphins that activate opiate receptors. Stimulation of opiate receptors by morphine releases greater amounts of dopamine, causing a brief, intense euphoria, followed by a few hours of a relaxed state. This excessive release of dopamine can lead to addiction. Now that we know some background information on heroin, let's follow our field specialist, Sammy Mack, as he makes his way into the habitat of a heroin addict. Over to you, Sammy.
I died.
Good job, Matt.
Not have been recording.
I really want you to have been recording.
Why do you not know how to use the camera? Well then, one thing you should all know about heroin is that it is extremely addictive. One thing that makes it so addictive is that when heroin enters the bloodstream, it makes a beeline straight for the brain. As Mary Jane has said before, heroin takes over the areas of your brain responsible for both physical dependence and the sensations of reward for the body. Basically, the heroin tricks the body into the brain into halting production of rewards until it gets more heroin. In fact, when the user stops taking heroin, it produces a lot of negative effects, negative symptoms such as seizures, severe cramps, coma, and in worst case, death.
That looks horrible. There must be some medical uses for the drug. Can you tell us what they are, Sammy?
Well, there are some medical uses, but it's kind of illegal in the United States and most other countries. So this guy here, he's in a lot of trouble when this airs. Anyway, but it is legal in some countries, like Great Britain. And in those countries, they use heroin as an extreme pain reliever. Only for the worst pain cases that they would ever use heroin.
That's interesting, Sammy. Now, can you tell us about the long and short-term side effects of heroin?
Well, the short-term effects of heroin are simple. It's just an extreme high, and as I mentioned before, the feeling of contentment and safety. However, the long-term effects are a lot more severe. First of all, the user becomes addicted after the very first use. And also, so they have to keep getting more heroin, if you don't know what addiction meant. And also, heroin addicts tend to have a history of social and physical problems. They tend to have relationship problems, loss of jobs, illnesses, and, deaths.
And how does a heroin addict detox? What are the side effects?
Interesting question, Mary. Oh. Look what we have here.
Oh God, my stomach.
Well, today we are lucky enough not only to have one, but two heroin addicts in our premise.
What are you doing here?
And it seems like this one is going through the detoxification process. As you can see, detoxing from heroin...
I'm so sleepy.
Yes, he is sleepy. Detoxing from heroin is extremely difficult and has a high dropout rate because of intense withdrawal symptoms. These symptoms include nausea, anxiety, abdominal pain, diarrhea,
Oh god.
insomnia,
I'm so tired.
chills, and weakness.
Ow.
These symptoms start 12 hours after the last dose and peak after about 2 or 4 days. So, with what this young man is showing right now, it seems to have been a couple of days since he started detoxifying. There are many ways to detox medically, with the use of opioid agonist drugs or under general anesthesia with intubation for around like 4 to 6 days. Something you should probably take a look at, my friend.
Oh.
Well, that's all I have for you today. Thank you, boys, for giving me such great examples for our heroin episode. And now back to you, Mary.
Well, thank you, Sammy, for that intoxicating report on heroin. We'll see you next time on episode 70 of Addict Hunters.
With the camera. He is doing stuff crazy. Best recorder ever. Sam. Bongos. That's all. Adio's still recording. I need to keep playing. How long is this going?